Uh, so hello everybody, and thank you Space Habitat for allowing me the platform to present my project, that is a study of AI neural networks in spacecraft. So I am Harmit Janak Vyas, and I'll be presenting alone here. But this work was done along with my colleague Raj Khismatrao, and the work was done under the mentorship of University Professor Dr. Sudhir Kumar Chaturvedi. And also, this presentation is a glimpse of what we've covered, and what we've done and what we expect in terms of AI in future. So let's start. So so here is our basic description, and yeah. So first, before understanding how AI is used in spacecraft, let's just understand why AI is taking over the world as of now. Multiple domains, like hardcore domains such as engineering, that were purely based on numerics and were purely based on scale paper drawing or CAD sheet modeling, have now converted and have now gone to automated, and have now been automated completely by the smart machines that are capable of performing tasks of human intelligence, that we also know as artificial intelligence. It is a so artificial intelligence is not basically a science of computer domain, but it is a science that has various approaches and has various advancements in various industries, and has brought revolutions in various industries. Along with AI comes the concept of neural networks. That neural networks are basically algorithms that have the capacity of recognizing a previous algorithm that it has undergone, or previous series of tasks that it has undergone. So also comes a concept is deep learning. When we speak about artificial intelligence and neural network, there is a concept of deep learning. So deep learning is basically like it is a uh, algorithm that the machine or the system uses, where it layer by layer studies and brings accuracy and more complexion and accuracy in its observations and in its tasks. So here we can see how layer by layer a machine is able to identify faces, and over here it is layer by layer able to sort out the noises in a system. So currently, how is aerospace being used? How is artificial intelligence being used in aerospace? So as I mentioned, all the sectors are being automated, and aerospace wasn't the one being left. It has also been automated, which we can clearly see by the introduction of our payload carrying satellites, payload carrying launch vehicles that we have nowadays, the SpaceX, Blue Origin, and all. These have automated the shuttles compared to the analog ones used before. So, like AI systems are why we say that it is very much useful to use AI in aerospace. It is because as when there's a human factor, the critical decision making is difficult at times, as there are multiple things that we tend to consider, and there's one thing that comes into play is emotions that lacks in the AI system. So and in space, the emergencies can develop quickly, and there's no time to think and react. You just need to react in a correct way to for the spacecraft to be alive, or to for the humans there to be alive. So AI systems are very much handy when it comes to such tasks, that they do not take a lot of time in their decision making, and they are quick in responding to such critical situations. So, and several machine learning technologies are used and developed for autonomous systems on satellites that can again react to the same situations. Also, like AI and ML help us in dealing with unpredictable environments and new environments out in space, and this can be very much useful again because of the emotion factor that we consider in human. Uh, Viewing the current trend in AI and neural networks, there are multiple technologies being developed around the world that could solve our problems, existing problems in space. So when I speak about existing problems, what are the problems that we could face? One problem being there are a lot of space debris in space around the Earth. So that could be cured, like that could be that could be somewhat managed, or that could be eradicated using AI. Then, due to increasing traffic in the orbits, the number of open windows for launch of satellites or launch of any payload is becoming difficult. So AI systems can be used to create such, like, to help us create windows by altering existing orbits, or like such problems can be solved. So during the time we studied for this particular study, like this particular review, so we studied a lot of material that was available on online, and some of it that was very much interesting is here presented in the slides. So one of the papers that we came across for artificial intelligence with neural networks was autonomous landing on planets or celestial bodies. So what this paper has done is it detected the landing site in terms of its geographical geographical area, like how even is the terrain and all. It did this using vision-based hazard detection system, and this was this system created like the system developed is very light and can be used on spacecrafts during landing phase on any like planetary missions. And also the very popularly known the 7 minutes of terrors could be reduced, like this the tension during this time could be reduced because of the system, as these systems never tend to fail. So the testing is going on, and so far the systems have not shown any sort of like uh, any sort of issues after landing or during landing. So another paper that was seen is instrumental compression of data using artificial neural networks in spacecraft. So this paper is like simple feed artificial network. Like it basically takes simple data and like uses it for instrument data compression, and simulations were performed on the spacecrafts, and like wave experiments were done, frequency deceivers were done. And the third paper, that is adaptive attitude control of spacecraft using neural networks. So this system created was also a technique to like deorient the spacecraft use like with certain orbital elements such as mass or various like in alignments misalignments due to the factors affecting the spacecraft. Although we know that there's no aerodynamics affecting there, there's like practically there's no drag in space due to vacuum, but there are solar winds that affect this and various such features that affect this. So a non-linear mathematical system was considered. That is the Quaternion system for the stability. It was considered, and a baseline attitude controller was also used. So there, this is the paper, like fourth paper, that is satellite orbit guidance using state space neural network. So this data, like this paper, basically aimed on developing a neural network to predict the thrust force and control oscillating orbital elements during its maneuvers. So it basically plans out the trajectories and also how much thrust of the thrust should be utilized for the orbit maneuver or the trajectory change that needs to be done. So in this, adaptive neural network model was implemented to represent the dynamics of satellite. So now we are coming to like how could this was the work that was already done. Now what is going on and what could be solved or how could be done. So there is work going on AI based robot assistants that could like fly the fly the spacecraft. So as we all know that we get affected by the high tremendous amounts of G force during takeoff and like while re-entry, so lift off and re-entry. So these like that during that latency, us as a controller of ship could be ineffective as we are undergoing those amounts of G-force. So such robots are being developed that can take over the control during the time when the captain is undergoing such issues. So also there is intelligent navigation system. As I mentioned, the problem of increasing traffic in the orbits of Earth. So there is a navigation system being developed that can allow for new spacecraft to enter a new window, and is also that this navigation system can be used for other planetary missions to get an efficient orbital area. On the right, we can see the image of the traffic in the space. The globe that you can see is Earth. All the green dots that we can see in the image are satellites that are useful or active satellites, and all the red dots we can see are the space debris. So yeah, sorry. So as we can see on the right, that like the number of red dots are much more. This also shows that how dangerous the space debris situation is becoming for us. So there are innovative space debris solutions coming up using AI, and AI can also help us in discovery of Kepler exoplanets. And further, AI sensors can be like used for various such astronomical discoveries on board of any satellite that is carrying those sensors. So, so these are the systems where AI can be implemented. So there's also one more thing that I as a intern I'm currently working on the project is Earth observation using AI systems that can make the uh, Earth observation pretty much easier and pretty much inexpensive. So that is it from my side. Thank you for listening to me, and thank you for providing me the platform to speak.